What do I say?
Do the countdown.
Hey friends, you are now chilling in the friend zone with yours truly, Rakua, and my co-host,
Christina,
Aaron,
and Kenobi.
Your love's like ecstasy. I'm overdosed. I'm overdosing. Your love's like ecstasy. I'm overdosing.
Today we're gonna be talking about, some friendship, relationship, boundary lines and stuff like that. But first of all, how is everybody doing? How's y'all weeks been? Do y'all have any cool stuff coming up? Any things that are on your mind?
The week has been awesome. Personally, for myself, a lot of crazy experiences that the internet will not know about. Good time. I'm just happy
Hold on,
that I
I
can
feel like you're
relax.
holding out on
right.
this. What are you?
Oh yeah, I'm holding out on a lot. You know what I'm saying? I still gotta look into this whole dynamic. I gotta do some research before.
They're
I actually
getting
get
to
into
know
it.
us right now.
Oh yeah, no, we will.
what you're into?
Yeah, and all that stuff.
All those kinks. No, okay. Anyway. So what are things you can tell us?
Honey is really good. I like honey. I really like honey. Straight up. I'm gonna just leave it right there. I like honey, and I'm gonna do some research on higher versions of honey.
Higher versions of honey.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to evolve here.
He just told us a story, by the way, that involves honey, but we won't get into that. Okay, thank you, Aaron, for sharing.
That's another topic for another day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
And what about you, Kenobi? How's your week been?
Week's been pretty cool. I don't know, I'm pretty bored, I don't do much. I've been listening to like Japanese bohemian jazz music.
Japanese bohemian?
Jazz.
Okay.
Oh, jazz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's like a little niche genre.
He shared something with me,
Japanese soul.
and I don't know if I would categorize that as jazz necessarily. Like, it felt more like, I don't even, like, when you get on the elevator and they have that music playing, but then not exactly that either, because it had a little bit more soul than the elevator music, but it was kind of in that vein. Yeah, soulful elevator music is how I
But
would say
genre.
bohemianness is it's more upbeat. I have some more I can say. It's a better example. Yeah, that guy's really chill. He's like the father of that Japanese genre or whatever. But yeah, I found some really cool music.
That's always nice to introduce some new music to your repertoire.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's also really cool to find like international music. Like I like finding music in different languages. It's really cool.
I like that.
Wow, see. What about you?
Oh, yeah, I had a fun weekend. I
Yeah.
cut off just about every guy that I started talking to over the last couple of weeks.
After that friend zone conversation.
So what is that process like? Like, when you cut off your hoes, like, what do you do?
Well, so I'm entering finals next week, and so I just basically said, I'm really busy over the next few weeks, and probably into the new year, and so it's probably not a good time right now. So I tried to do it gently, and one of them is still married, and he's about to go through a divorce, and I knew I shouldn't be talking to this dude anyway.
Yeah.
I know, yes, whatever, but he was fine.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, pause, because
I want to sip some tea.
we have to explore that a
Some
little
tea.
bit too. The crossing the marriage boundary lines. Like, how do you decide that you're gonna do that? What makes you decide to cross that line?
He was fine. That's really we had really good chemistry and I knew, but everything, all the warning signs. I mean, they've got a young child. They literally, she just moved out not too long ago. I mean, apparently she's got a lot of issues, but that also tells me a little something about him. You dealing with this chick with bad issues. So it was.
And did he give her the issues? Because a lot of times when men call women crazy,
Hey,
they probably made them that way.
I say that all the time. No, you listen. Men drive women crazy. They sure do. Or were you crazy because you didn't see the crazy? So there's something, one or the other. But yeah, there were so many. But like literally, he was like, he's so cute, and like our chemistry was dope. Like he's funny, and like I was just like, and you know, our sexual chemistry seemed like it was gonna be there too. And but every time I would come right back to like, damn, he's married. Like I had to remind myself, literally, like this week, I was like, nah, I was supposed to go see him tomorrow, and I was like, no, he's married. Like I'm gonna go to this house where this woman used to live, and she might be outside waiting for me. Like I don't
Catch me outside.
I don't want to deal with those
y'all like at her house.
So I was like, yeah, I told him, I was like, yeah, I got a lot going on. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to see you. Now I already knew the type of guy he is. Like it was that would be the end of it. I haven't heard from him since. And I'm like, good. Okay, because if I do hear from him, I might like reconsider again. And I don't need that. I don't need that.
Because he's fine.
He's so fine.
You didn't catch that part.
That's the subject.
I'm a looks person. I'm definitely like an aesthetic, like attractive. If you're attractive face and like tall, like I'm probably gonna let you get away with too many things. Like too many.
Here it is, people. Mind of the woman.
Okay, so she had a lot of fun
Learning.
this weekend. Could not find
It was fun.
You've seen
her
it.
distractions.
Yes.
Before I tell y'all how my week's been, I would love to know if the guys have ever talked to a married woman. Like,
Oh yeah, I've had conversations with married women. You know, hey,
Conversations.
I've had conversations, but no,
Why
I've never.
you gotta bring that up?
Yeah, I've never crossed that boundary. So.
No.
Never?
Nah, married woman, no.
So one time, there was this girl I met at GameStop, and we was like clicking real good. What? I'm a nerd. I meet girls at GameStop.
I love gay stuff. Okay, come on.
You know, we was clicking real good, and you know, we was talking in the car and stuff, and then she just domed me up, right? And I was like, you know, that was cool.
Y'all met that day?
It was like the next day.
That escalated quickly.
Okay, I was like, wow, we went from GameStop
She
to
came into the
cars,
days talking.
like,
Next thing I know.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens, but
And like, you know, as I got to know her, like she eventually told me that she was married.
There was
Like,
no
probably
ring,
There was like probably like 3 weeks into us being sexual, she was like, yeah, I'm married. I was like, wait, what?
No, I'm saying like, did she not wear her ring? Did she
No,
take it off? Okay.
she never wore it.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, my husband, this is so bad. She's like, yeah, my husband's a Marine.
Oh.
He's in Afghanistan right now.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay. Don't tell any identifying factors about him.
Yeah,
because
that's
we
it.
want you to stay safe. We don't want him to like get any ideas.
I mean, she's divorced from that guy now.
Okay.
That was really.
Well, obviously, that was where that
It's
was
like I
going.
have some editing to do.
Yeah, do like an expletive deleted.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a lot of. Yeah, so that one time there's this beep with the beep, and then the next thing I know, I was like, beep.
That was wild. It was the wildest situation I ever been in.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She gave some really good head.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
So your weekend, your week.
I'm pretty boring too. Like I kind of just stay at home, except when I don't. But I don't really have anything going on. I like clean my house, which is always a good thing. I'm excited for coming weeks though, because I'm about to go home, and I don't get a chance to go home often. I went home in 2020 like 8 times, and that's the most I've ever done, and it was in the middle of a pandemic, but all the ticket prices were like super cheap. It was like $50 for a round trip that you can change at any time that you want to. So I just took advantage of that.
Where's
But
home?
Mississippi.
Okay.
I'm a Southern girl.
know
So
about
I'm excited for that coming up, but other than that, yeah, it was a pretty chill week for me.
Sometimes you need
Never
a
been to
chill
Mississippi.
Exactly.
Never been
No?
to Mississippi. Nope. Just flew right over it.
You said you haven't either. What about you? Have you been?
Really, Alabama.
I feel like we gotta have a group trip to Mississippi now. Like,
Yeah,
put that on y'all.
So I can get a shot cup or something. Like, yeah. What's in Mississippi?
I will only go with somebody who is from there. There are certain states that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna need a specific guy
Yeah,
to tell
Mississippi
me
is kind of like southern. You
them
know?
sundown.
kinda
and
like
I'm sundown.
It's kind of like
I am from Jackson, so
Like,
we are
yeah.
like 99% black.
That's
We have a black bear, like it's lit. But there, I mean, I guess those places exist. I will say though that I have experienced more racism in LA and in New York
Oh.
than I ever have in Mississippi. At least like explicit racism. But anyway, that's an aside. But speaking of shot glasses, we all have our shot glasses here today because we're gonna start off today with a little game of Never Have I Ever. I feel like I always lose this game or win, depending on how you look at it. But I put some easy questions in here. So we'll see how this goes. Let's get started. I'm gonna click to spin
I'm
this
gonna just
thing.
pick up
Do
the
this.
shot glass now because
Well, you realize you're not as boring as you think you are.
yeah, I was gonna say these kind of games make you rethink some of those things.
Okay, so who wants to do the honors for the first one? Go ahead, Aaron.
okay. Click to spin. Right.
Okay,
okay,
well.
Never have I ever gotten drunk.
Oh, come on.
Oh well.
I think we're all gonna be doing
Yeah, like, well, cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Ooh, this,
To having
this
alcoholic
hard
moments.
liquor. Oh. Ooh. It's me on your chest. Good stuff.
All right. Well, if we keep going this route, we're all gonna lose or win.
Close game.
Well, winners today.
right? All right, go
All right.
ahead. You can choose the next one. Bum, bum.
I got it drunk. That's why I started smoking weed.
Ah, been recorded
All right.
during ...
So
Well,
it says,
you know,
never have I ever
quickies.
been recorded during. I actually have not. so-
Cheers.
Cheers. Look, man, turn up's college life, man. College.
Man, mine was after college.
Never.
Oh no.
Are you okay? Okay, but before we spin this next one, I feel like there's some juicy stories behind this. Like, from somebody who hasn't ever, like, what makes you comfortable enough to decide, I'm gonna put this on camera where this person who I may or may not be with in the future could do whatever they want to with this footage, or some genius could hack my cloud and like,
I've never
Put it
thought that
wherever,
far.
okay.
I never got that far into it. I never got that deep into it. You know, if it happens to come out and it's a good look, you know, and the vibe is there, you know,
you just want to see. Okay.
you know, we're curious. You know, we might watch it after. You know, could be a thing.
That's such a guy school of thought because I thought about this a lot. Yes, I have thought about it so much that I made sure I keep my copy so that
Oh, yeah.
just in case any version comes out, edited or otherwise, I'm releasing the whole damn thing. Everybody going down with the shit. I don't play those
9
games.
times out of 10, it's usually going to be
Kinda
recorded
deal.
on her phone. I'm going to record on her phone. I mean, it's comfortability. You know,
Yeah.
they want to be comfortable, so I don't want to put that in there. But, you know, they like it. You know, hit that, you know, airdrop.
Because you know, I will say I've never been recording myself, but I used to talk to this guy who, you know, you go through that phase where you like go through people's stuff. So
I was with you until you said.
What did you find?
what did I not find? So he like, you know, when you let somebody use your computer and they like sign into their emails on your computer and they forget to sign out. So that happened, and I just did a little search in his email. like,
Sex.
Wait, was that the search? Was that the search?
She had to put the keywords, because you just don't go scrolling
Small
off the
search.
top.
Soft.
You gotta hit that search button. You gotta hit the keywords.
And needless to say, I found a folder full of the wildest things. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you off camera some of the specifics, but it was wild. And it was at least like 20 to 25 people in this folder.
With him? Or
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. With him.
oh wow.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Passwords, man. Yeah, you gotta
he
you gotta
had
know
an
about your
archive.
shit. Know where your stuff is.
And you know, you like can look at the dates of when
Yeah,
things
you
happen.
sure can. You sure can.
So these dates were wild too.
And you got action, bro. You got, oh man.
I
yeah.
usually delete the footage. Like, I mean, like, well, no, I don't usually delete the footage. Let me read it. I hold on to the footage if me and the person are in good terms. If I get into a relationship, which is a monogamous relationship, I'll delete the footage.
Yeah.
But most of the people that I record with, you know, if I ever want the footage back.
I was gonna say, because that always gets hard when you like delete your stuff and then the relationship don't work out, and so now you don't got no stuff. So
Yeah, no. I actually got in trouble with that, and see, these are the kind of things where I was telling you about. Where, like, when you watch, you're gonna be real upset, but because it was seen, like it, and not the actual footage, the fold. You know how like they have the little clip,
The little
clips.
Like,
I got in trouble. I got in some stuff on the clips because it was like, oh wow, I recognize that, but we never did that, and I'm like.
oh no.
Yeah, no. And so I was asked to delete it. And I deleted it off of that part, and I put it in like a zip file, like in the.
I'm already
You can't see thumbnails
Right.
on a zip. You
Exactly.
cannot see
It's-
thumbnails. That's smart.
And I put it like deep down where you can't, like renamed it and all kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
man.
It's like, yeah, no. Because I'm not letting that go, like just in case it ever
Just
comes.
in case.
I gotta have my copy.
She said just in case.
It's funny because me and my girls have a group chat, and sometimes, you know, random flicks will end up in the group chat. And there was a particular picture that one of them that they sent to us,
So
and
you don't send those pictures, fellas.
They always get sent.
and
You don't send those pictures.
And one of my other friends who's in the group chat was like showing her nail tech my nails, because I do my own nails, and she was like wanting to show him the designs of it for when he did her nails, but it happened to be in the group chat beside the other picture that had gotten sent, and so he was like looking over her shoulder when she was scrolling through it. She had to be like, oh, like. And so there was a whole discussion in the group chat about like how they're all married, or like, yeah, they're all married. Like, do you delete those pictures in the group chat, or do you just let them rock? Like,
I mean, once
As
they're
They're not mine personally. Like, well, I don't gotta delete that.
but like sometimes significant others will get mad if you just got random dicks in your phone. Like,
you know, it's porn.
right, exactly.
I mean,
Right.
You're not going Pornhub?
but
You
it's
could Google
different
it.
just because it's those degrees of separation. Like, you don't know them, but you know somebody who know them. Versus Pornhub, you don't know them at all. Like,
Crenshaw, you know,
We
I know
live in LA.
some.
You might know what I was gonna say.
I done seen you guys at the Fox Hills Mall.
Like,
You know,
People get too crazy about that.
you don't see
Yeah,
some.
no.
yeah, I agree. I don't know. If I saw a picture of something in my man's phone, like that was in their group chat and whatever, like he could explain that away.
Yeah, the group chat, yeah, you know, hey, look, you know.
now if it's just in a text message with one other person, now we got some explaining to
real
do.
close, them
Like,
niggas think
I'm
you real
gonna
close
hit you
friends.
on.
She had a funny looking hair bump she wanted me to look at.
Yeah,
Logic.
nah.
That makes
You know
total
what I
easy.
mean?
Yeah.
Total
I've known her
sense
since
in the
we
world.
was 12.
Need to know. She was like, hey, I have,
Yeah.
she's like, you know, and I was
We
like, you should
real
go
close.
see a doctor, baby. Look, I told her to go see a doctor.
Yeah, see that? The next text right there say
Go see a doctor.
Well, you know, there might just, you know, appreciation posts like, oh, look at this. Oh, that's really nice.
Right.
You look good today down there.
I used to get those when I was single. I don't get
Yeah. It's nice to get those, you know?
You appreciate these?
Exactly.
I do appreciate them.
I used to be in another group chat where all they would do is like just send nudes all day. Like the people who were in the chat, they would send their own nudes, and it was just like
Their
a
own.
nudes
So,
group
oh,
chat.
nice.
A
And not
co-ed
surf-
group chat?
And not
Yeah.
safe for
Oh,
work.
that's
I
an
have that
interesting
in-
one.
I have that in my Discord. I have a Discord. I have that. In
Yeah.
My Twitch community.
It would be like Titty Tuesday,
Yeah,
and
motherfuckers be
like
going ham sometimes. Because of those of you.
I'm not a part of the group anymore. I left. But
Yeah, the fact that you were even in there though.
For how long?
It
Yeah,
was
she said
fun.
it was fun. It
No,
was fun.
yeah.
She said, I'm just watching like,
Because
oh
when
wow.
everybody's
Yeah.
doing the shit, you know, it's like,
Right.
fuck it, we all throwing the same shit out there.
I was
Show
more
my-
of a
I'ma show your shit
voyeur
too.
than a
Yeah.
contributor.
It's a trust, like.
Were there faces in this? Or
Well,
were they
we
mostly-
know each other.
Oh,
so.
Shit.
Yeah, so
Names.
there's
But even-
basically faces. So actually, I have each one of the members saved in my phone as their nude.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
It's funny because
What a life.
I don't know if I should say this, but
No, go ahead. No, we're already here now.
because they might see it. But I mean, it doesn't matter. But one of them is engaged now, and it's funny because his nude is saved as his contact, and like whenever we text each other,
like,
it's always like just interesting. But there's no like feelings or anything there, so
Right,
it's fine. It's just like a platonic.
You know, I like
nude,
that. So,
you know?
okay, so as long as there's no feelings behind it, that's completely okay. Okay, I'm gonna make sure.
I just wonder how his fiance would feel about that.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what made me think like maybe I should change this now. But I probably won't meet her. I don't know, because we're like Twitter friends too,
Yeah.
so it's not like.
Oh, okay.
Don't
There's
adjust
that
your
degree.
comfort for somebody you don't know, okay?
I don't know. For me, it is a little bit of respecting. Like maybe once they actually get married, I'll delete it. I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm just thinking
We'll
about
see.
that one time when you're just out and your phone rings and this nude pops up
Yo.
and somebody else sees it and it just so happens to be the fiance or wife. You know, like those weird things happen to me in my life sometimes. Like I'm just
The
like,
coincidences are
yeah, it's like just
That
one
would
day
happen
it
today.
just pops up.
Or someone that she
Right.
knows, 60 years of separation,
Like,
you know.
damn, that
Oh, that's my
looks
best
like-
friend. You'd be like, oh my gosh. Shit.
I know that mole. No.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh man. Yes. Okay.
Spin that wheel.
Let's spin the wheel. All right.
Ooh, this vodka is getting to us.
All right. Never have I ever
Oh, that one.
flown a first class, bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, cheers.
Cheers to first class,
Cheers.
y'all.
Cheers.
Off in first class?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
I personally don't like airplanes, whether first class or
I feel that.
regular class.
I feel that.
I get on them, but I'll be like,
I mean, I actually hate flying.
I try my
too,
best to get up
but-
there, bro.
dog, that shit is, it's cool. You know, once I'm up there and it's mellow, I'm like, this is some beautiful ass shit. But it's the down and the up part, it's like, okay, nigga.
See what it is? If you're in first class, you don't know.
That's not true.
Really?
That's not
You
true.
guys
Oh,
say
damn plane
that?
from shaking, that ain't how it works.
That's not true.
It's not that
I
serious.
absolutely hate flying. I love traveling,
I
but
be
I hate
sleep.
flying because my ears be hurt. Like my head feel like it's gonna explode. Even when I sleep, like I can't sleep because I wake up every 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Damn, see, I am
turbulence,
off.
like-
Yeah, see, me, I'm usually high as fuck. Like, and I will stay up. Like, I like red eyes, so it's like I like to sleep on the plane. I love to sleep on the plane. So by the time I get on the plane, I'm already half sleep itself already. So once it gets set up, I'm already asleep. Next thing I know, I'm touching down. I'm like, yeah, we out here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get ready. You know?
Nah, even on the red
I love
eye, I don't
that.
sleep.
I love
I don't sleep well. I'll sleep for like 15, 20 minutes, wake up. 15, 20, wake up.
Exactly.
My worst
It's like
one
an
was
interview.
flying
Yeah,
to
same.
Bali. Yeah, flying to Bali. I needed a sleeping pill for that. I didn't take one. That was a bitch because
Yeah.
I kept waking
How
up.
long is that flight?
It's like fucking like 20 hours.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was like, when I woke up and I was like, hey man, like you got like 12 hours left. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, it was stand up, stretch, take a
Man,
walk.
walk around, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then he kept doing it, and then he sit back down, he's like, hey, you have 6 hours left. I was like, bro, get me off this plane. Like,
And don't be close to a bathroom on those long flights because, oh my God.
man.
Was your flight full?
Yeah, my flight was full.
Yeah, no,
My flight was
same,
full.
no.
So it's like, I mean, I had an aisle seat, so I was straight. I just kind of stretched
Yeah.
out, but still, man, like that, I needed a sleeping pill on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything over 12 hours, and I most definitely pop on a pill.
I have to, like, overdose
Yeah,
on
Sydney.
melatonin.
Yeah,
Sydney,
gotta
I did
pop a
that.
pill.
Like Sydney was crazy.
Gotta pop a
But
pill.
my flight was empty because it was right before COVID. So it was fine.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was
I did
nice.
12 hours in Japan.
Yeah.
So,
You got one more, you gotta spin yours.
Yeah, all right, Kenobi, your spin is up. These two are eliminated.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah, well, I knew that was going to happen.
So it's down to us.
I'm curious to see what you guys got.
Let's see. Never have I ever.
Oh, man, I'm out here. I'm really out here.
Yeah, I was like, still would have been.
Number 4, right.
sucks me, they don't even work
You,
on
just because you want, just because you wanted to keep turning up. You know what?
You know, it's off the water.
You what?
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
That is in there,
I'm
but
gonna boost the audio.
so I need to recover. Hold on. Y'all, I'm such a lightweight. So yeah, looks like we won or lost.
Or lost.
And y'all lost
Gentle
or
souls.
won.
we're on
Until
topic.
next time. Well, never have I ever. But let's go ahead and get into this topic for today. So one of the first songs on my album, The Friend Zone, is called I Want You Now. And it's about the moment where the best friend of this girl decides that he's gonna tell her that he is in love with her and he wants her now. Like, he don't want to wait anymore. I was actually asked to write this song by a friend who probably told me to write it because those were his feelings. And that maybe was his way of telling me. But that's another story. So I just want to know from you guys' perspective, have you ever been in that situation where a best friend has told you that they are in love with you? And also, have you been in a situation where you were in a relationship and that happened, you got told, or your significant other got told? So let's tackle the first one first. Have y'all ever been told by your best other sex friend that they loved you?
Yeah.
I have had that situation. Like, a really good friend of mine came out and was just like, she's in love with me. And I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Not the all.
I was like, no, not the all. But
Thank you.
yeah, it really took me back because I was like, the whole time, like, I was just like me? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, girl, like me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was fucking with you for the longest. But, you know, I had no idea. But unfortunately, she was already in a relationship.
So she told you while she was in a relationship?
Yeah.
Said no.
What was the reason?
Right.
You know, honestly, you know, I think I'm pretty comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And I think she was just going through something at the time.
Okay.
Or whatever.
With her man or
Yeah, with
just...
with the person that she was with.
Okay.
And
That's shady to me.
it can be, but you know, at the same time, like, you know, we've already had like a history, not of doing anything sexually or anything, but we've had history and chemistry before for years. And distance had something to do with it as well. So the fact that she's in a whole nother state, it was just like,
It sounds like my
it
life.
kind of came out, you know, and it was just like, you know, I felt that because I was like, you know, had we most definitely been probably closer, I stayed out in like the VA for school, we probably would have got hooked up. Easy.
So did nothing ever come of it?
Nah, she, you know, we 3,000 miles away, you know, so.
Did she just like need to get it off her chest? Or
I think there was like a need to get off the chest because it was like, there was a period where we hadn't had any conversation. And then like one day it just kind of like picked up as if we had been talking like for years. And it was just one of those things like, yo, I really got to get this off my chest. I was like, what's up? And then she said what she said. And I was just like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was a lot. It was a paragraph. I was like, yeah, I gotta read this. And you know, granted, like, I know she was going through a lot of her at that time, but you know, it was a little shocking, you know, but at the same time, it kind of made me feel like I wasn't crazy because I was like, I know I felt something, I just didn't know how to go about it. But you know, like anything else, you know, knowing what I know now, shit, to me back then, you know, shit, oh, I would have been in that, you know what I'm saying? I'd probably be married, but for sure, you know what I'm saying? So.
It was a text message or email?
No, it was a conversation. We had a
Oh,
conversation.
okay. Because I was like, the way you said read this,
Yeah, read
like
this
I was like, what?
Nah.
Wait, don't just gloss over the fact that you said you would be married.
Yeah.
Did that like? Should you move back to this place?
Absolutely not. I am never, that state will never see me like live
I mean,
there.
can she
This
move
time.
here? Like, I feel like this is your soulmate.
No, it was a great chapter to a story. It was a very great chapter to a story, and I'm on chapter 15. That was like chapter 7. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
So the book is not completely written yet.
oh,
Like,
no,
you're
I'm
not
still
at
on
the
this
end. There's
earth.
still time.
Yeah, I'm still on this earth. I don't even know what the next chapter is going to be. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Are they still
Okay.
single?
no. They got kids. So, you know.
Oh.
I mean, that's not good.
I was like, that's
Ain't a
okay.
deal breaker.
He said,
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like,
How many kids? So,
yikes.
that's not deal breaker. No. She cute. Yeah, two kids and a cutie. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
two
sure.
kids, cutie,
For sure.
sure.
New stepdaddy. What's up?
Yikes. Honestly, not a deal.
Oh man.
But I have had it. It's been a, you know, humbling experience because it's not like every day when a woman will come out to me and be like, tell me her feelings. So it's just like, you know, they'll do it, but it'll be different. This was like, I felt that in the heart. And I was like, dang, she really cares. but it was different. Though.
That's not something that happens for you guys often, like girls being direct with
It
what they
wasn't
want.
a best friend. I had a friend do it though, and it was kind of like wow. Like I'm not gonna ooh. I had two. It's just kind of awkward, like, and especially because they weren't like best friends. They were really close friends, you know, who like kind of straddled that line. You know, sometimes you flirt and shit, but it was friendship, you know.
Yeah.
And then like one of them just hit me up on like Facebook Messenger one day and was like, "Yo, I love you. Like, come to like she was in the military. She was like, come to Hawaii and like live with me." And like she had a kid, and I was like, "Fuck, bro."
Those are moments she thought about that.
Like, wait, but I thought you just said kids weren't a deal breaker.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't the deal breaker. It was just you're asking me to move my whole shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all
Hawaii
my
is
friends
nice,
and shit.
though.
Hawaii is fun. Hawaii
It
is.
is.
I later visited Hawaii and I said,
Yeah.
"Fuck, man."
I think it's a great place to visit, but it's an island. I think after so much, you know.
I don't know. It's paradise.
It's getting fucked up now. I think I would have been one of the people like protesting for the natives right now if I was out there. But
We the people.
right, man, it's crazy.
And what about the other one?
The other one?
You weren't feeling her either?
That one was random. I didn't think she always came off to me as like the kind of like not really like, you know, I'm not gonna say not emotional, but not like overly like emotional like that, I guess. And it was the first time we had sex though. We had sex and then afterwards she was like
Oh, that don't count.
No. It was like I've been dreaming about this for a long time, like but yeah, like a lot of shit came out. I said,
Oh, okay.
damn, I didn't know this was if I knew this was a thing like that, I
Then
probably
you
wouldn't
would've cut it off.
We probably wouldn't have did this. It was like shit, bro.
Oh.
That one was real awkward. But she's an awesome person. She's amazing. She's great.
How did you like tell her
Amazing.
like? How did you get out of it without? Are y'all still friends?
The one in Hawaii, I think we're like distant. If I hit her up, she ain't gonna not say hi to me. But she married. She got like fucking 3 more kids and shit. She living a good life. I'm happy. I'm glad that she found a dude who just like loves her the way that she wants. Yeah, that shit's hard. The other one, I don't know what her situation is. But she live in Vegas or something.
Y'all aren't still cool.
Huh?
Y'all aren't still cool.
We cool though. It's just like a distance cool though now after that. Like I think she noticed the rift after that moment happened, you know what I mean? And things got a little awkward and I was like, so I thought we could just have like
Because can you come back from that? Like after spilling your guts and then this person tells you, nah, it ain't like that.
I think so.
Yeah.
As long as you don't like
I don't think so.
You don't think so? As long as you're not like constantly spilling, you know what I mean? As
Right.
long as we
You accept the answer.
Right, and now we moving on and we just homies now, then sure, we could do that shit.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I don't know. I think for a woman it might be a little bit
just
different.
middle
Like,
way spill.
because it's usually the guy that's like, I'm in love with you. Yeah, like, so yeah, you should be. And like, if I tell you I'm in love with you, you should be in love with me too.
You should.
I'm just saying, like, that's
That's
Okay, so
good.
has this happened to you?
unfortunately, yes. And in a way, like, it was like my best friend and my other best friend at the time. Thankfully, this is so many years ago. We were young. I mean, high school. Like they decided to be together. We both liked him though at the same time, and he decided to be with her. So like it was like, oh cool, you know, like now we're all friends. We're all best friends. Like we still hang out. I would still hang out with him by myself. Like it was never gonna be anything like we cross the line or anything like that. She went away one time and this caught me completely off guard. I wasn't expecting it or anything. And he was like, do you ever feel like you made the wrong choice? And like started this whole like, I was like, what? We are not doing this. Yeah, I was so offended. I was like, I couldn't even get through the whole conversation. I like jumped out the car. Like we were in a car, like parked. I jumped out the car. I was like, nah, like, nah, I'm good. No, I wasn't driving.
No. Just stepped off the car.
No. Yeah, no.
You're like, hey.
That would have been a whole other thing. And as soon as my best friend got back, I told her that was the mistake. I should have kept that to myself because at the time, it was, like I said, I think we were young, so for her, it was like, well, he said he didn't say that. He said that's not what it was. And I was like, really?
Of course he did.
Okay, cool. We gonna do that. So like it kind of put a bit of distance between us for a while. And with him, I was just like, you're fucked up. Like, I can't believe you did that. Like, the crazy thing is though, I was still kind of cool with him, but not like we were before. Like, we didn't hang out like that. Like, after that, I was just like, you're fucked up. And eventually she saw how fucked up he was, because he ended up cheating and doing all this other stuff. But it was just like one of those situations where like, had he said that and they hadn't been together, we probably would have been together. But it was just like, really? Like, you can't, especially not between friends. You ain't bouncing in between friends. Like that's a whole, like there are situations where that is fun, but this wasn't one of them.
He wasn't the pass around type.
Nah.
Okay.
No.
Lost buddy.
Well,
I've been there too, where I've been there like 3 times where a best friend or a really close guy friend has expressed their feelings to me, and yeah, it's not comfortable, because most of the time I don't feel the same way. I would say actually all of the times I have not felt the same way, but in one of the situations, later on down the line, like some years later, we ended up getting together. But it is a hard thing because it taints the friendship a little bit. Like, I have this one friend who we're like super close even now, and he's like married and stuff now, but we remain friends, and there have been, you know, other things that happened in our friendship. Like, he was one of those friend zone levels that I was talking about on the first episode, but we are able to still remain friends. But there's a certain point where he like says certain things when I'm like, I feel like this is a little disrespectful to your wife, you know. And so I tend to distance myself a little bit just because of that, but we, you know, remain friends. And yeah, it's just hard. But I also think about the other side of it too, of like, I know we were talking the other day where it's, if you're in a relationship and your significant other has an other sex friend, and that person expresses their love to your significant other, one, how does that put a strain on your relationship? And what do you do to that person, to that friend who like is coming into your relationship and spreading this news? I'm looking to you. You can start, because I know that it's happening with you.
I had a relationship with this girl, and she had a friend who was her best friend. And this dude was in love with her. Like, I will off myself for you, in love with her. It was a very terrible situation, actually. And I mean, I had to get out of the relationship because it was basically an enabler situation. She was enabling his behavior, he was enabling hers. Like, we'd make it to points in the relationship where we'd have good ass conversations and come to good ass relationship compromises, and then she would go talk to him, and then she'd come back and fucking have arguments with me about shit that we agreed about. And I'm like, are you talking to this nigga again? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, back around, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's going on? And it was really, it was rough to make any progress in the relationship, because she would always like revert to him whenever things didn't go her way, because he would, you know, he fucking was in love with her, give her anything she wanted.
Right.
And it was like, dude, it ain't always about that. Like,
Were you not in love with her?
I mean, shit, not as much as him. There's a difference between being in love and being obsessed with the person.
This is true.
He would literally like argue with her because she was with me. Like, the first time that I ever had a chance to meet him, me and her were on the first date. We went to a poetry lounge, and this nigga saw her, and then saw her with me, and he left. And they were supposed to be fucking best friends.
So they were friends before you guys got together?
Yeah. And he was just volatile, but I couldn't do nothing to the dude. He was fucking homeless. He was ugly.
Wait,
Like,
what?
He was homeless.
He was homeless. He was, like, bro, and it was like,
No drink.
it's a lot, right? It was too much. And I'm like, bro, I'm not about to be competing with some.
This son? This right here. I'm not a shallow person, but come on, man. He was like, yo, for real, you trying to compare me to him? Man, put some respect on my
Like,
name.
and it was bad though because like he knew where I lived. He knew like the area I lived. The motherfucker wrote a song about me. He wrote a song about like it was because he was a rapper.
So you know you got so now you got some more songs.
I don't waste time on rap. Rap is not about
Yeah, he was like, oh, what's my song?
Bro, I was like, that shit was a lot, bro. And I was like, yeah, no. And so from this point on, any girl's like, oh yeah, I got a male best friend. That's a big one. That's like 3 fucking checks, bro. Off top. And that's the one who keeps trying to come back. It's like, hey, we should be friends. Bro,
Just go.
no. In any form at all. I don't care where I'm Aries. I don't care. You live or die now. Like, no, I'm sorry.
That's when you blow up the
Death
bridge.
is a natural
You're not
occurrence of
going to
life.
cross that bridge.
Death is a natural occurrence of life, okay? If you walk out into the street and you get hit by a car, that's life happens. Why? Why do you need me to feel sorry for that thing that happened? I'm
So
sorry.
needless to say, y'all aren't friends anymore.
You need some healing.
He
needs to heal. I'm here so you can die.
I don't want you to die. I'm just saying.
He just said if something were to happen, and it's like, he'll get a
don't
phone
need
call,
my
and he'll be like,
remorse.
who? Oh, shit.
Say what?
That's crazy.
All right, have a good one.
Hey, but it's cordial, I get it,
Yeah, that's great.
I've been in that situation too. I was in a relationship, and he had a female friend. I don't know, they weren't best friends. He actually does have a female best friend too, but their relationship was never a problem. But this particular friend, it was a problem because I always could tell that there was something there. Like you see the signs beforehand, and I would bring it up to him sometimes. And I'm a very secure person. Like jealousy isn't a thing for me. So I didn't like come at him all whatever about it, but I did recognize her feelings, and I mentioned it to him, and he would always deny it and everything. But then this one time, he tells me that she tells him a dream that she had where they had sexual relations with each other in the dream. And she never at least he didn't tell me that she did. She never came out and professed any love to him or anything, but I just feel like that's a boundary
Yes.
that you've crossed now.
It definitely
If you know that this person is
Why
in
you
a
telling
relationship,
him though? You don't even have the dream.
What is
Have
the
the
point
dream.
of telling him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I've had some dreams
Right, hello.
while I was in a relationship, but I'm not gonna go and tell that person, knowing that they're in a relationship and having a relationship or a quasi friendship with their significant other. This
Mosquitoes.
mosquito is like. But I knew her. We actually worked together a little bit, and so it wasn't like I was this random person
Right.
to her. So I feel like that's disrespectful to tell him about this dream, and he didn't feel like it was a problem at all. But that's a problem.
Right.
And then, of course, on the flip side, he was a very jealous person, and so he would try to check me about certain things that were non-issues at all, but then not feel like this was a problem with this girl.
You should have told him, well, yeah, one of my male friends had this dream.
Test the water a little bit.
So his dream was different than her dream.
Right.
Okay.
So you're like, nah, that's different. That's different.
Nah.
I've been in that situation. It's crazy because when he sent the little text message and he came up with what you had to say, I had a whole thing and I was about to hit, and then my maturity kicked in and I had to delete everything because I said I I am not trying to revisit that. Because when this situation hit me so hard, like, it was like, damn, bro, like I know exactly what you went through. So my particular situation, let me see if I can try to like curve around these lines as hard as possible. But basically, long story short, I had a female best friend that told me that I needed to check a girlfriend of mine at the time, years ago. It was like this crazy triangle because like my best friend happened to have a guy friend that also like, you know, I'm dating this girl, but apparently that guy friend happened to be her ex. So it was like this crazy triangle situation that was happening.
Wait, it's more like a square.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a square, but it's in terms, but I mean like stuff like this. Between the best friend who was here, she knew me, she knew the guy, but the guy also knew he was ex-girlfriends or boyfriend-girlfriend with who I'm dating right now. And so, you know, I'm pretty chill. You know, I'm like, you know, whoever came before me, it is what it is. I'll try to learn the situation. You know, so I was made to believe that everybody was, you know, everybody's pretty chill. You know, I changed a lot of my friendships and lifestyle for this person because, you know, social media and guys are supposed to be doing all this other stuff, right? So I tried to change a lot. And I remember one time my friend told me, she was like, yeah, you gotta check. And I was like, what you mean? So she kind of threw this little bird in my ear, and I'm like, you know, now all of a sudden started having doubts. You know, all of a sudden, doubts started connecting when you take showers and shit. You like, but, you know what I'm saying? So they started connecting a little bit.
30 minutes out.
And then, long story short, you know, like for the longest, you know, for years, because we dated for about 3.5 years, he had this best friend in the phone that, you know, I never went through anybody's phone. You know, I didn't really care, but. You know, it started hitting me. I was like, best friend. I was like, hold on. And then I looked at the little friend, like her best friend, her female best friend is like a whole different thing. So I'm like, wait, who is this person here? And then when it started hitting me, and then, you know, I had to do one of those messages checks, like really bad day. You know, it's just like, yo, you talking about like a hard drop. It was like, damn, this is the whole ex. You know, they never left this shit alone for years. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time, like, I'm made to, like, myself believe that I'm a horrible guy and I'm doing all this other shit. Kind of find out that shit was happening. So, you know, me being who I am, you know, when I found out about the whole situation, you know, I let everything kind of die down, but I actually invited the guy over to my house. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you know, come through, let's smoke and drink, chill, you know. I have a high tolerance. You know what I'm saying? You are not going to outsmoke me. You're probably not gonna kill me. So
Was this a setup?
Yeah,
Or like,
it was a setup.
it was a setup. Or did you actually want to talk to him?
it was a setup. I needed to know, and I needed him to get as comfortable as possible. You know, let me know what the hell's going on. And everything he had to say, you know, although I didn't want to really hear much of it, I was like, shit was starting to make sense. I was like, days when she would leave and then come back, or like the mannerisms, and you know, I know my girl pretty well. You know, we would have sex for quite a while, and I was just like, you know, some days I'd be like,
It ain't happening the
something ain't right. But you know, I never put it past. But it's like for years, you know, and it took me a while to bounce back. So that's why even now it's just like I don't, you know, this trust factor between like, you know, best friends. It was like, you know, I try to be cool and I try to be cordial, but now it's like I don't trust. I don't trust best friends, you know, because now it's like I really need to know what the intentions are, like how cool you guys are, and I don't even want to. Like, I want to be really chill, but if I have to feel that way about your circle now, it's like I'm probably not even involve myself in it because it's just like I just know that path now. You know, it could be different, you know, but you know, shit, later on that I'm gonna stay single, the hardest one to get. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's too many flags and too many things I'm seeing that other people are doing. I'm just like, yo, I know me at this point. But that was a crazy situation. So it's like when that text message, I was like, whoa. I was like, I don't know.
It opened up some wounds.
That most definitely opened up a wound. God, I took the whole scab off. I was like, oh my God, this is what we doing in episode 2. Thank God for these vodka shots.
Because, you know, what about you? Does it matter for you, like, the delivery, and has that, like, how did it happen for you? It seems like it's a consensus here. It happens for everybody.
It does happen. I don't know. I think the delivery, if you're going to tell me you love me, don't be in a relationship for one. Because that's definitely, like, if you want any sort of thing to happen, that's, like, that already, that's everything. And then, like, on top of that, like, if you're not getting any kind of signaling from me, like, yeah, your delivery method probably, it shouldn't even be delivered, but your method should be like an open-ended, like, you know, you might not feel this way, but like something where you can acknowledge the fact that you probably shouldn't say this, which generally you have to acknowledge the fact that you shouldn't say something. You shouldn't say it. But delivery, I think delivery is important with anything you say, but especially if you're telling somebody you love them, like, you need to be sure that's something you're willing for. Whatever the response is, you gotta be ready for that.
Those words are very
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been in a relationship and your significant other's best friend has told them?
It wasn't a best friend.
Okay.
See, the thing is like, so my ex, before we got together, when we were first about to get together the first time, and this is why I'm like, I kind of knew it was gonna work the second time either, but he had been out of this relationship for a really long time. And I found out, like, as we were, like, deciding, like, oh, we should start dating or maybe be exclusive, like, he was still talking to his ex-girlfriend. And they were just friends, though. And I was like, I feel like you're not completely healed from this. So the fact that y'all are talking is all the way a red flag.
And that's a whole nother conversation. I feel like in general, guys don't give themselves enough time to heal after a relationship, but we can talk about that.
We need to talk about it because Tyrese, girl, yeah.
Before jumping into something else. But keep going.
But that's exactly what happened. I just don't think he gave himself enough time. And he was saying that he was already ready. But I knew. So I let it go for a little while. She was in another relationship, mind you, with a guy that looked just like him. So everything was giving me red flags all the way around. I had a going through the computer moment. I'm not proud of it because I don't do this. I don't like to check on nothing. But I was on his computer and I was like, well, whatever. Let me just start opening pictures. He had pictures saved from like her Facebook and like Instagram, and I'm like,
That's screenshots.
why are you saving these pictures?
Why are these? Yeah.
What
Especially when you can go on her page and look at
Right,
it.
exactly.
You said I'm gonna use this topic for
Like I
another
was
time.
like
Right,
I was so blown. I was so blown because I knew everything in my body told me not to do it, and I was like, you know what? I was like, obviously you're not ready. You're still in love with her. Like you should have told me this from the jump. So it was really the other way around. Where he was still in love with her, but she was still talking to him too. So I'm like, there was so I was like, I know there's more. I don't want to know exactly what it is, but I know there's more going on than what you're telling me.
Yeah.
So I did that for a minute, and then we started dating after a couple of years. But yeah, I should have.
Hey, you know, I learned at a young age that if they don't want it from you, they don't want it from you, brother. No matter what it is, it could be a fucking bitchy ass painting. If it ain't, she don't want it from you. It ain't.
You don't want to feel it's trying to happen. Yeah. So before we wrap this up, I want to revisit that topic about guys moving on too fast because I feel like that is a whole thing.
I mean, it happens for some. It doesn't happen for many. Everybody's gonna be a little different. I think it just depends on what is it they're trying to engage in.
Okay, so speak for you as a guy.
Oh,
do
then
you
speak
move
for
on
me.
too fast?
Oh, do I move on? Like, just move on to the next situation? Like,
Yes.
no, I don't date heavy like that. So, when I got out of my last relationship, like, it took me, I want to say, like, a good 2.5 years to really bounce back.
Okay.
And then I went through this year phase where I didn't have sex, and then it was like 6 months of no masturbation because I understood this whole thing with like energy and the transfers of energy.
Yeah.
So I took a lot of time out of myself to really just stay away from like anything and everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And then I created, you know, my attention went somewhere else, which was a really great thing because my life really turned around a little better when I stopped focusing on women. Crazy.
No, I mean, that is the exact process that most women go through, and I don't meet many guys who do that. So kudos to you.
Yeah, so things got better, you know, but, you know, speaking for myself, I know that I can give myself some time before I even get involved into another situation. But even though, you know, I do know some females who are professional daters, you know, they just, every 3-4 months, they're in another relationship.
Yeah.
And I think,
I call it serial monogamy. Like,
yeah, you just can't, like, you need to feel better about being in a relationship for you to have sex, and that's the way I see it, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like, you know, do women feel like they are able to get themselves back together? Because a lot of the women that I used to talk to or tried to talk to, it seemed like they were always in a relationship, and I'd be like, damn, when is it my turn to be in this relationship? You know what I'm saying? You seem like you got every nigga.
you gotta pull a number.
4 years in college, like that ass 4 years in college, and I'm trying to talk to like, you know, this one chick, and I'm like, at literally at the end of our term, like the day before I was gonna leave, I asked her, I was like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I done thrown everything at you. And, you know, when she told me, I was like, okay, you know, whatever. Fuck you too. But, you know, I'm just playing. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. No, she told me what's up and we fixed it. But yeah, it's, you know, do you guys feel like you guys heal pretty quickly? Or do you guys like jump into your situations a little too soon? Because I think you guys dating.
I
tell
definitely
somebody.
give myself time.
I know.
Like,
I know you do.
my last real relationship was probably like 8 years ago. Like, actual boyfriend. I mean, I've had some situationships since then, and
Entanglements?
So, like,
Jada, look what he done started.
like I said, I'm single adjacent.
Damn, Jada pick us
but it's been like 8 years since I was in a relationship. Yeah, I let myself have the time.
Yeah, we do need to heal, especially the older we get. Our mental health is definitely important.
That refocus, though, it can bring about a lot of really good things. I think that's why it's really important to just refocus on you, because a relationship, you know, you're compromising, you're trying to give to someone else, and like to not have that time for you afterwards to like really figure out where you are, because you're a different person. It's however long it was, you come out of that someone else, and you need to kind of get to know who that person is again.
Yeah.
Before anything. So I'm big on that, but that's why I was like, I had to let that dude go, because he hadn't even got, like, you don't even have the divorce papers drawn up yet. And you try to like, and he was like, no, I understand, I'm not trying to get in a relationship. Everything you were doing is like, you gotta look at people's actions. Everything you're doing is
just
leading
important.
up to
Yeah,
another
it's just
relationship, and it's not gonna be me, so.
Do you give yourself time?
Yeah, like my whole time.
Yeah.
I have issues
I
when
feel
I'm
that.
in a relationship. Maybe
Give me more time.
We,
You need more we time, and you getting too much me time.
right. That's I don't know. But I give myself almost. Usually when I'm out of a relationship, it might take me about a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
For me just like sitting by myself doing whatever I want, so that I can make sure that I'm happy and I know who I am.
Okay, so as y'all see, we have evolved, guys.
Right,
on this
right.
channel.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I feel like y'all are the exception to the rule.
Seriously.
I do like to keep the company with
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
the same thing.
Like,
you know, it's just in terms of us like really going to engage into somebody like mentally, physically,
Right.
and spiritually, like that's a whole nother level. So it's like I know my surface level. It's like I know I'm good, and I know like okay, like do you want to cross this boundary with me? And if I'm there and it's natural, then it's just like okay, like, I can mentally prepare myself to like hone in on this situation. But until then, because I just know when that door opens, it's like there's a lot going on up there. You know what I'm saying? So I choose to like be where I'm most comfortable, and most comfortable right now is kind of like it's me. You know what I'm saying? I know me, you know, and to learn somebody else is just like, man, you got problems too, like myself. All right, let's figure this one out. You know, it's a Rubik's cube, man, for real.
And you gotta leave room to go visit that best friend again. Like, no, so we're gonna end today on that note. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with y'all today. I feel like we should do one more round of Never Have I Ever to close out. As always, you guys can follow us on The Friend Zone on Twitter, and, you know, tap into your opinions on these topics for today. Have you had a best friend who expressed their love to you, and how did you handle that? Also, were you ever in a relationship and a best friend kind of ruined your relationship because they were professing their love to either you or your significant other? They're not your friend. They're not their friend. Yeah, but, you know, tap in with us. Let us know. And if you want to do this next shot with us, we're going to see what this Never Have I Ever is. I might not even have to say this. Never have I ever gone skinny dipping.
Cheers.
Again, we did not, but we're gonna take a shot to not having.
Oh my God.
I lived, I've experienced life.
Yeah.
They won again or they lost again, and we.
Oh, Aaron and I have done too much.
I have experience. That's one Evelyn always says.
I
If I
still
ever have
love
kids, I know exactly how to like
certain places.
You
It'll rain in certain places, yes. It should not go in certain places.
it goes in there anyway. Like,
There's a filter.
No, but you're like
okay?
pushing it. Never
Filter.
mind. All right.
we didn't say what we did when we were skinny dipping. Like, I mean, who
That's
knows?
true, that's
like,
true.
Aaron,
That's true.
were you doing that when you were
No, it
skinny
was just
dipping?
me and a couple of friends. There was a pool, and it was a private pool, and it was just like, you know, your con turned up, so we just decided to jump in the water, and it just
Nice.
one person did it, the next person did it, then everybody started kind of doing it. It's like 5 people in the pool. It's just,
The closest I've gotten, I was in Ghana, and I really wanted to say that I've gone streaking before because I've never done that either. And so I got naked and I got like a blanket, and I went down to the beach at night and I like opened up the blanket to the ocean.
so
I
just see the dolphins was like, and the one guy up there on the boat just. Hi, have a beautiful day.
Yeah, I wanted to like do the streaking for real, but then there were the other people in my group were up on the thing like talking and stuff, so I was like,
Oh man,
it's
when
not
you go
gonna
to
happen.
Jamaica and you go to one of them little resorts.
I went to Jamaica and I was like, no, not this time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Yeah, you know, just one time. All you need to do is one experience just to say you did it.
Just to say you did
Just to
it.
say you did
Just
it.
to say, I have to do it one time.
Those red roses.
The
Red
red
Rose.
rose, oh my gosh. There's a
Parties where it's like everybody having sex. You can choose to have sex. And not
Oh,
have
those
sex.
little
These
sex
people you
parties.
They have some of those in the
Yeah,
lab.
I'm gonna fuck with you.
I haven't been on one of those.
Oh, no.
I'm assuming you have.
I'll be thinking about it.
We're gonna have to put that in the never have I ever.
All
All right,
those-
y'all. Thank you so much for chilling with us in the friend zone. We will see you next week.
Peace.